Good afternoon. Um, if you would, imagine being a 17-year-old boy volunteering to go and fight one of the bloodiest, most deadliest wars that this planet has ever seen. Today, I'm presenting Audie Murphy and examining his leadership under extreme conditions. Rather than focusing on heroism alone, this presentation evaluates Murphy's leadership effectiveness using leadership theories and concepts that we've covered. The goal is to understand why his leadership was effective, not just what he did. The purpose of this presentation is to analyze leadership behaviors, the use of power, and both the success and limitations of Murphy's leadership. The key takeaway is that great leadership is defined by behavior, influence, and trust, not by a duty position. Audie Murphy was born in 1925 in rural Texas. He grew up in extreme poverty. He was a sharecropper's son. His mother, I think he had 12 siblings and an absent father. He left school early to help support his family, taking on adult responsibilities at a very young age. Leadership research shows that early life adversity often develops resilience, accountability, and self reliance. These traits became foundational to Murphy's character and shaped how he responded to responsibility and pressure later on in life. One leadership competency identified by Zenger and Folkman is demonstrating technical or professional expertise. Murphy demonstrated this competency by using his expertise to establish effective defensive positions and take the fight to the enemy. He analyzed terrain, enemy avenues of approach, and fields of fire, and acted decisively under extreme circumstances. His proficiency as a marksman ensured battlefield effectiveness, a skill that he learned in the fields of Texas as a young boy trying to feed his family. These behaviors boosted unit morale and pride, and his professional expertise directly contributed to the unit's overall success. A second competency that Murphy demonstrated is taking initiative. When his company commander was mortally wounded in battle, Murphy assumed command of his company without waiting for any kind of formal orders. He took responsibility for leading the company during an active combat and personally assaulted enemy machine gun positions while others provided covering fire. By taking the initiative, Murphy prevented a leadership vacuum and maintained momentum during a critical moment. Murphy's leadership effectiveness was grounded not only in competence, but also in character. His consistency, willingness to share risk, and sense of responsibility created a positive halo effect, whereas demonstrated character influenced how others perceived his abilities and decisions. Because Murphy consistently acted with courage and integrity, his followers attributed greater credibility to his judgment, even under extreme stress. This positive halo effect directly strengthened Murphy's referent power and professional power. His character earned respect and admiration, increasing referent power, while his demonstrated expertise reinforced his professional power. Together, these forms of power became the foundation of his leadership influence. Soldiers followed Murphy not because they were required to, but because they trusted him and believed in his competence. In terms of outcomes, Murphy's leadership successes included maintaining unit cohesion, inspiring action in the face of fear, and influencing results without relying on positional authority. Imagine that. From a leader member exchange perspective, his relationships with followers were high quality, characterized by trust, shared risk, and mutual commitment. These relationships amplified his effectiveness in high stress environments. However, Murphy's leadership also had its limitations. After war, he struggled with psychological trauma. This hampered his transition uh, into civilian contexts. This highlights an important leadership lesson. Exceptional leadership performance in one environment does not eliminate human limits or the need for support and adaptability. Leadership effectiveness is shaped by context as much as by individual capability. What ultimately distinguishes Audie Murphy as a great leader is not simply his recognition or awards, but his ability to influence others through character, expertise, and initiative. His leadership demonstrates that respect is earned through consistent behavior and that effective leadership is measured by impact on followers and outcomes, not by titles or positions. Thank you for coming. Thank you for listening to me. I hope you all have a wonderful day.